Hello everyone, today I will be showing you how to configure the Ubiquiti M5 Nanostation for CCTV long distance, like up to 10 to 15 kilometer transmission and viewing. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to keep this channel active with great content. Now, let's dive into the main course of today. Here we have the Hikvision PTZ camera connected to a PoE switch, which we will be using to test our configured radio. We also have two Ubiquiti radio. One will serve as a transmitter or station, while the other will serve as a receiver or access point. Okay, this is the PoE that came with the Ubiquiti radio. It has two parts. One as PoE, power over Ethernet, to power the Ubiquiti radio, and the other is the LAN port that will be connected to the network switch or directly to your laptop during configuration. So we connect from the PoE ports on the adapter to the mains on the radio. So let's open the cover of the radio, and on the radio we have mains and also we have the secondary. The other secondary parts on the radio is not needed in this video, since we will have the network cable connected from the LAN port of the radio to the network switch or the laptop. So for now, we won't be using the secondary ports of the radio. So let's have our cable connected and see behind. You can see the power. The radio, it's booting, currently booting. So instead of using the secondary port of the Ubiquiti radio, we are using the LAN on the Ubiquiti PoE adapter to be connected to the switch or directly to the laptop for configuration. So one of the radio is set for configuration. Let's connect to the laptop. Let's connect directly to the laptop. You can either have it on the switch or directly connected to the laptop. So in this tutorial video, I'm connecting directly to the laptop. Okay, since one of the radio is set for configuration, first you need to do is change the network settings of your computer, as you can see me doing, to be on the same network of the default IP address of the Ubiquiti radio. And the default IP address of the Ubiquiti radio is 192.168.1.20. So we're going to be setting the IP of our system to be on the same network with that of the radio, so we can easily ping the radio or use the default IP address on our web browser to access the interface of the radio. So as you can see, so this is the procedure you use to change to set your network, the network of your laptop to be on the same IP. So now, since we already have our network cable connected to the laptop, go to your browser and type in the default IP address of the Ubiquiti radio, which is 192.168.1.20. It will prompt a security interface. Click on Advanced, then Proceed. Now this is the Ubiquiti Nanostation interface. Here you'll be prompted to put in the default password and the default username. The default username, if you look through the manual, the default username of the radio, it's UBNT, and also default password is the same thing with the username, which is the UBNT. Then you'll be prompted to select to pick your country. Here I will pick my country as Nigeria, and also the preferred language, English. So here, still searching for my country. So yes, so have preferred English. So you accept the checkbox where to prompt you to have read and accept, then you log in. So this is how to enter the main interface of the radio. This is the general Ubiquiti interface using the IP, the default IP that comes with the radio. So when you click on login, it will take you to the interface. So this is the main interface of the radio. This is where we'll be changing our parameters. This is where we'll be changing our network. Here you are prompted to change the default IP address. The first thing you do is to change the default password and also the default username. So under system, we can get this done. So you see administrator username, then current password, you know it as UBNT. So you are going to select a new password for the system. This is how to activate the system. You must change the default password. So we have our username to be admin. So here I'll be using the password of my own choice. Then verify your new password and don't forget to click on change. When you are done selecting your password, click on change to save the new username and also the new password. So we'll have the new username and the new password set. So you can choose to apply now or you apply after you must have done the other settings. So let's go through the menu one after the other. So we have mains. We won't have anything to do on this menu. The basic place we will be working is from the wireless to the network and the system when you want to set your Ubiquiti radio. So in this video, we are setting our wireless node to be access point. Like I told you, you'll be having one as the access point and the other as workstation. So since I am configuring this radio for a powerhouse, I'm going to save the access point, which is going to be in the administrative as power 1. So when setting the access point, there's no much things. I don't alter much things aside changing the SSID and also the wireless mode, which is the access point. Then you click on change to save. You go to network. Now on this network, this is the major place where you key in the IP address you want to use. So you have to change the default IP address. And in this situation, we have IP designed for this estate. We have already an IP assigned to all devices, and this will be assigning 10.0.0.105 and also the network mask, the subnet mask, and your default IP 10.0.0.1. Then you click on your change. So with this now, we've changed the IP address of this device. We've changed the IP address of this device. We've changed the password of this device, and we also have the SSID of this device. So, and this device, this first device is set as what? The access point. No much things you have to do as long as you've changed the administrative username. So the device name, you can still choose to change it to as power station, since I'm having this radio to be at the power stations. When you are done with all these settings, you click on what? Apply. But before we click on apply, let's go through all the menu. So we've gone through the mains, the wireless, the network, advanced service system. The basic you'll be working with is the wireless, the network, and the system. So you click on apply. But since we've changed the IP address from the default IP address to assign the radio to our own IP address, which is the 10.0.1.105, the laptop can automatically, once you apply, the laptop is not seeing the devices on the same network anymore. So now let's configure the second radio, which is going to be the station, but don't forget to label the access points. So this is the second device. What we're going to do for now, we're going to transfer the power from this device that has been configured to the second device, which is the station. And since the system is still on the same network, with the radios, the default IP address of the radios, so there's no need of we going through changing all the network of your system. So you type in the default IP address, which is the 192.168.1.20. So once you impute, it's going to check if they're on the same network. Then you click on advanced, then proceed to the IP address. These are just security questions or security prompts for you. So the default IP, which is the UBNT, and also the default password, which is the UBNT. Then don't forget to select your country. Oh, I did not select the country, so I have a prompt there. So I have to select the country and click on login. So login for us to access the interface of the Ubiquiti radio, so we can change all parameters. Don't forget, you have to change the default IP address and also the administrative name, because next time when you'll be logging in with the administrative name and also the default IP address. So here we have our admin username as admin, then our current password, which is the default password, UBNT. Then you pick in you select a new password of your choice. So I have a new password of my choice. Then verify your password and click on change to save this new password and the username before changing every other parameters. So we're going to go through all the parameters. Then the device name, you can still choose to change the device name since I'm having this as being installed for the power station. So we'll have this power station 2. So change to save and apply. So now let's go through the menu. We have the mains. The mains, this is where you see everything you need about the system, how it works, the AP information, the ARP tables. But what we are concerned about is the wireless network and system. The last one was configured as access point. So where it's going to be, this one will be configured as what? Station. It comes by default as station. So this is going to be where our camera is, while the access point is going to be where our DVR or administrative block, depending on how you're designing it. So SSID as power 2. Then we have the network. We have to change. This is where you change the IP address. So the last IP address is 10.0.1.105. So we are going to pick this IP address to be 10.0.1.106. So you change the subnet marks 255.255.0.0 and the gateway as 10.0.0.1. So this IP is based on your own choice, the IP you want to assign to the radios. When you alter these parameters, automatically this radio cannot sense the network of your system, because you remember this network of your system was configured to work on the default IP address of the Ubiquiti radio. So you remember we've changed our IP. So you apply. When you apply, it's going to log you out of the interface because it can't see the radio anymore on the same interface. So now we have to return back to change our network parameters to the new IP address. And if you remember, our IP address is within the range of 255.255.0.1, which we use 10.0.1.105 or the 106. So you won't set your laptop to either .105 or 106. You pick a range within the same network. So here we're using 10.0.1.3 and 255.255.0.0, which will have 10.0.1.1 as our default gateway. So now the network is the laptop. My laptop is on the same network with the Ubiquiti radio. Now let's try to connect to the workstation. So before you connect to the workstation, make sure that the access point is powered. So now we're trying, you can see now we can now connect to the workstation with our new IP. So this time around now, it's prompting you to enter the saved admin and the password, the saved username and the password, which you remember we use admin with a password. So now we can have access. This radio has been configured. This radio has been configured. So you remember we have this radio at station. Now I'm going to show you how to link the two radio. But before you do that, make sure the other radio is on. Click on select. What this will do, it will scan all the available network within that environment. Because now we've seen the other one as a wireless network sending wireless. So we see, you can see power 1, which is our what? Device name power station. You click on the power 1. Among the list of MAC address and SSID, we can now locate our access point. So now we want to lock this power 1 to the station. That is called the bridge network. After the SSID, look at lock to AP. You discover that you can now see that this MAC address is now locked to our station. Then don't forget to change and also apply. So when you apply, now let's go to the main where you see all your necessary information about the throughput, your access point information, your interface, your ARP table, your bridge table, your route house. Let's see if this is going to pick the access point. Remember, when locking the access point to this station, the access point must be powered on. So when you click your select, it's going to scan through available wireless network where you will identify the MAC address of your access point, the SSID of your access point to which you are going to lock with this workstation. So I'm still trying to scan through to make sure, okay, now we have the boot table on. So you can see that the whole display has changed with reading. You can see the CPU, the memory, the quality and also the capacity. You can see from this interface that we're having two different graphs of reading from both the transmitter and the receiver. So you can see the blue color symbolizes the receiver, while the red color the transmitter. Then the next, which is the access point, you can see the transmitting from the access point and the next graph, and you can see also the receiving from the access point. So now we have our access point and our station, the two of the radio locked together on the bridge network, where one is sending and the other one is receiving. So at the station, the radio will receive from the cameras, the IP cameras, and transferred via electromagnetic waves to the access point, while the access point takes into the switches, the IP addresses of the cameras. But remember, all the cameras must be on the same network. If you don't know how to activate Hikvision cameras, you can go through one of my videos where I explain how to activate Hikvision devices. So you learn how to activate Hikvision camera and also assign IP address. All this IP address, this whole system must be on the same network. all the system must be on the same network. So now you can see from the back of the radios, initially it was showing just two green lights. You can see the communication between the two radios. So they must all be on the same line of sight. So don't forget to still subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more of this content. I'll be dropping more of these videos and lot of hacks and lot of secrets on how to go about your security system. Now let's ping from the command prompt. So I want to ping the IP address. So we are pinging one of the radio. Let's ping 10.0.1.106. Let's see if it's going to ping. So my laptop is on the same network with the two devices, so you can see. So we can actually see the device, the Ubiquiti radio. So you can see we can ping the Ubiquiti radio, and let's try to ping the .105. So ping space 10.0.0.1.105. So you can see we can also ping the, so now, so let's assume the laptop being the NVR. So we want to access this camera, and the station, which is the other radio, is far away from us, connected on the same network with the camera. So let's see. We have the IP address. Like I told you, you can go through my videos to see how to activate Hikvision cameras. So this is the IP address of the camera. So we'll have 10.0.0.112, and I also have the password. This camera has been activated, so I have the password. Now have access into this camera. So you can see. So the main aim of this video is to show you how to configure the Ubiquiti radio. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you find this video useful. Thank you.